Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for our fourth webinar titled Choose CSUF and Why I Became a Titan as part of our virtual CSUF bound webinar series. While we would love to have hosted you on campus for an in-person, regularly scheduled campus tour, we have been working diligently with our campus partners to bring you a virtual Welcome to CSUF experience, which we hope will provide you with many resources and information to help prepare you for your new and exciting journey at Cal State Fullerton. I want to remind you that we do have a Q&A open, and the session is being recorded and will be posted on our Welcome to CSUF Day website later on today, if you want to review it again. Before we start today's presentation, I'd like to do some introductions. So first, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Laura Hooks, and I'm the Program Coordinator of Campus Tours and the Visit Information Center here at Cal State Fullerton. Along with me today, we have some of our professional staff members and several of our Titan ambassadors who will speak during the presentation, and you will have an opportunity to ask questions to them. We also have Yasmin Pardo joining us, and I will let Yasmin introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Yasmin. I am the administrative assistant for outreach and recruitment. I'm also a graduating student, so I will be finishing up my time here at Cal State Fullerton at the end of May. And I'm really excited to be able to have this webinar with you all, and I hope that you're able to learn a lot from what we share today. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and begin the presentation.
So here we have the QR code. And if you scan this QR code, it will take you to our Welcome to CSUF webpage that has hosts all of our webinars that have been pre-recorded. And it will also give you additional information on the webinars that we're hosting tomorrow for our virtual CSUF day, which starts those webinars begin at 10 a.m. So hopefully you will visit our website and register for some of the webinars. Each college will be represented, and you will have an opportunity to interact with faculty, staff, deans, and the assistant deans. So hopefully you'll stop by and register for some webinars. Here we have the QR code to launch our virtual campus tour. So hopefully you'll have an opportunity to scan this and visit our campus virtually. This is a new tool that we've recently been able to launch, and it gives you an idea of what the campus looks like. There are 360 visuals for you with explanations of the images that you're looking at. So please feel free to visit our virtual campus tour so you can see how beautiful our campus is. So here we are, Choose CSUF, Why I Became a Titan, presented by the Department of Outreach and Recruitment at Cal State Fullerton. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. So here we're gonna have our Titan ambassadors introduce themselves. So first up we have Alora.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alora. You can kind of see on the PowerPoint presentation already, but I am a Titan ambassador. I'm a third-year communications advertising major with a minor in both business marketing and African American studies, and I'm excited to be here with y'all today.
Thank you, Alora. Amy.
All right, so hello everyone. So my name is Amy Kubo. I'm a current third year at CSUF studying business administration with a concentration in supply chain management. And hopefully I can help answer some of your questions for today, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Amy. Angela.
Hi, my name is Angela, and I am also a Titan ambassador. I am a second year here at Cal State Fullerton. I'm a business administration major with a concentration in general management and a minor in human communication studies. And I'm really excited to chat with y'all today.
Thank you. Ashley.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ashley Ornelas. I'm a fourth year here at the university. I'm also a Titan ambassador. I'm actually graduating this May, and I am majoring in English, and I want to go into teaching. So I'm really excited for today and for all of you here.
Bree.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bree. I'm a third year here at Cal State Fullerton. I'm a business administration major, concentrating in marketing and minoring in human communications. And I can't wait to speak with you all.
Thank you. George.
Hello, everybody. My name is George Rico. I am a second year here at California State University, Fullerton. My hometown is La Habra. I am double majoring in sociology and Chicanic studies. I'm very excited to talk with all of you today.
Thank you. Larissa.
Hello, everyone. My name is Larissa. I'm a third year criminal justice major with a minor in African American studies. And I'm really excited to be here with all of you today.
Thank you. Nathan.
Good morning, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. So my name is Nathan. I'm a Titan ambassador. I'm a second year student at Cal State Fullerton. I'm a political science major, and I have a minor in human communication as well as women and gender studies.
Excellent. Thank you. Tiffany.
Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany and I'm a third year Titan ambassador here at Cal State Fullerton. My major is business administration with a concentration in accounting, and I'm also pursuing a minor in Asian American studies. Super excited to share you all about our Titan experience during this webinar.
Thank you.
So we're going to go ahead and begin with the first topic. As we continue, I also just want to remind everyone that there is a Q&A button at the bottom. So if you have any questions that you'd like to submit, definitely feel free to do that. We can work on answering those for you. So we're going to get started with why our Titan ambassadors chose CSUF. So Tiffany, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, for sure. So what's a little bit interesting about me is because my whole life I grew up really close to Cal State Fullerton. Initially, I didn't really see it as a first choice option for my university, but things played out and I ended up committing to Cal State Fullerton. But what really made me fall in love with the campus within like the first week or so is it was fast for me to find my community on campus. I was part of the business honors program, so I met a lot of friends really, really quick. And then also my class sizes, I think like the largest class size I had that first semester was 50. So the professors, they all learned my name within the first week. It was really easy to navigate around campus, really easy to find a community. So I don't regret that decision at all. It's been really easy for me to find my place on the Fullerton, which is, I think, the biggest reason why Cal State Fullerton ended up being the best choice for me.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue on a little bit off what Tiffany mentioned. So Cal State Fullerton actually wasn't my initial first choice in terms of school. However, I didn't get into my first option. So I ended up committing to Cal State Fullerton. You know, at first I was a little hesitant about it, considering that I grew up a lot in Orange County and I didn't really want to go back to Orange County. But now that I'm here, I don't regret my decision. I came with a group of friends from high school, so it was really nice, you know, being able to already have a set friend group on campus. You know, we took the same classes, so I really enjoyed getting to know my professors, you know, go to office hours and be able to use them as a support system in transitioning from high school to college. So I really enjoyed that. And then I was really glad I was able to get involved on campus as well.
Sorry, I was muted. Thank you, Nathan. George?
Yeah. So I chose Fullerton. Fullerton was always my first choice. I'm a huge home person. You know, I love my hometown, and the closest university was Fullerton. I'm a huge home person, so if I would have gone away, I would have been really homesick. I get very homesick. So I chose Fullerton because it's very local to me. I found out about the Humanities and Social Sciences department, and I enjoyed that. They're very diverse as well, along with the campus. Diversity in this campus is pretty nice, and it's something I always wanted to find in university, and I found that a lot at Fullerton. So, yeah.
Thank you, George. And then lastly, we have Bree.
I knew CSUF was my first choice just by me stepping foot on campus. It was automatically super easy accessible, easy to navigate. I felt like home. I'm 2 hours away in my hometown, and I just wanted to be not too close and not too far. The business and the communications programs are amazing, and I knew I chose the right school for me.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for sharing all of those why you chose CSUF moments. Now we're going to discuss what are your favorite campus resources, and Larissa's going to start us off.
All right, so for me, I've chosen 2 different resources that I absolutely love to go to on campus. One of them being our Arboretum, which is our mini forest here on campus, or like kind of like a different type of area. Once you walk into it, you kind of don't expect it to be there. There's many different places that you can go to within it. There's a lake, there's a desert area, there's flowers, and there's so many different things you can do. It's kind of like you get lost in there and you forget that you're on a college campus. Another one that I like is our SRC, which is also our Student Rec Center, which is our gym here on camp, or not here, but on campus, because we're not on campus, awkward. But it's our gym on campus. They offer a lot of different resources that students can use, and it's actually free as a student. So you don't have to pay anything, it's free. So you have different fitness classes that you can go to that are free. There's Zumba, there's yoga, there's one called Guts, Butts, and Thighs. There's another one called Bar, which is like a whole lower body workout. And then there's different weight options that you can use. So it's a really cool resource to have.
Thank you, Larissa. Angela is going to share her favorite campus resources.
Well, personally, I really enjoy using the campus resources in the libraries. So one of my favorites is our University Learning Center. So that's kind of like a tutoring service we have for a lot of our classes here on campus. So I was taking calculus. I had to take calculus for for my business major. I'm not the best at math. I wasn't never the best at math, but whenever I visited the University Learning Center, I would go consistently. I had, and it's free too, so it was like really good to have this tutoring service, and ended up getting an A in the class. I was really proud of myself, and I was like super consistent with that. So yeah, the Learning Center is like a super useful resource we do have on campus. And also the Career Center for our business students. I personally really like that one as well, just for as I was like in the business program, I wasn't really sure what concentration I wanted to go into specifically, but whenever I visited the Career Center, they kind of really helped me navigate and like gave me a lot of resources to kind of figure out, pinpoint kind of what were my strengths, how would that tie into certain jobs kind of thing. So that one really helped me figure out that I was more towards a general management concentration. And so that was really helpful for me because I was like a little bit all over the place, but then that really helped me figure it out. Yeah.
Thank you, Angela. Now we'll have Ashley share.
Hi everyone. So my 2 favorite resources on campus, the first one is the Wellness Center. So we have a student wellness center at the university, and I kind of like to scoot my way through campus, and I've had more than 1 or 2 times when I've had to go to the wellness center and they've always patched me up. The staff is super friendly, you know, especially when you're making that transition from going from high school to college, and you're usually not going to the doctor visits on your own, but for me to be able to talk to the staff and feel really comfortable, they're very, very sweet. Their nutritionists are really nice too. And my second favorite spot on campus, like Angela, is also the library, but specifically the honor center within the library. I will hold myself up in there. I'm an English major, so I love being surrounded by the books, and it's just a good environment to be able to focus and study and just kind of get your work done. Those are my 2 favorite spots on campus.
Thank you, Ashley. And Laura is going to share some of her favorite campus resources.
Yes. Okay, so this was actually really hard for me, but I did come down to 3. So my first one is Student Life and Leadership. So Student Life and Leadership is located in our Titan Student Union on the 3rd floor. Basically, they run like leadership programs. During the time, your college time, you may need to gain some volunteer hours. So they help you find different opportunities outside of campus to volunteer. Also, they have like emerging leaders and leadership institutes that you can join and take different workshops to kind of gain more experience. And that's also something that you can put on your resume. Also the Career Center. I know a lot of you coming in, you're gonna be having your first jobs, okay? So they do mock job interviews in there. I know my first job was actually the Titan Ambassador, and I was like, an interview? Yeah, I need some help with that. So I actually was able to go to the Career Center and try out that mock job interview, and they ask you questions that you might get during your interview. So that was cool too, to help you with internships and also your resume as well, help you build that. And then my last one would be DIRC. So DIRC stands for Diversity Initiative and Resource Centers. That is actually located on the first floor of our library. They have 5 resource centers. So the African American Resource Center, Chicano Resource Center, Asian Pacific American Resource Center, LGBTQ Resource Center, and our Titan Junior Resource Center, which is for our undocumented students that we might have here on campus. So that's just like a safe space. I've met a majority of my friends on campus there. I had like tons of workshops there. You just get to network, and you get to be in the same space as people that share the same ethnicity as you. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you all for sharing your favorite campus resources.
So next we're going to speak about getting involved on campus. So Bree, how have you gotten involved on campus?
So I am a part of fraternity and sorority life on campus. I'm a part of Zeta Tau Alpha, where we have our philanthropy, breast cancer education, and awareness. We put on events to fundraise. Also, we network throughout like the whole entire semester, just networking with fraternity and sorority life and other on-campus partners. Also, I am a part of Entertainment and Tourism Club, where I have networked with the entertainment industry. I've actually met the marketing director of Becky G, so that was really cool. Let's see what else. I'm a Titan Ambassador. So we give tours on campus and just advocating for students who are considering CSUF and answering anything that they'd like to know about CSUF.
Awesome, thank you for sharing. Next we'll have George.
Hi, hello again. I have gotten involved in campus in several manners. I've been an orientation leader. So traditionally in the summer, the orientation leaders give tours throughout orientation. They guide students. They're one of the first people that introduce students to campus. So it's an awesome thing. I recommend that all of you do it. I've also gotten involved in fraternity sorority life. I joined Lambda Theta Phi Lion Fraternity Incorporated. It's the first Latino fraternity in the nation throughout history. Our philanthropy is Congressional Hispanic Caucus Institute. So we like to empower the Latino community in many forms, whether it's having like social functions at school, or fundraising, or helping out undocumented folks, or donating food to like a homeless shelter, like in East LA. We've done stuff like that. It's wonderful. I enjoy my time. And you network with people. By joining things, you network, and just those are the two main things that I've gotten involved in here at Cal State Fullerton.
Thank you for sharing, George. Tiffany?
Yeah, so I got involved on campus in many ways. The first one being the Business Honors Program. So that program I joined as an incoming freshman, and it allowed me to take classes with a small cohort, all my business classes. So I was able not only to take classes with people consistently throughout my all my classes here, but I've also been able to do tons of volunteer experience, networking opportunities like company visits, and I even studied abroad with the Business Honors Program over winter break. So I got involved through that. And then on top of that, I was an orientation leader just like George. So for a summer, I was able to welcome incoming Cal State Fullerton students onto campus and get them acclimated with college life. So that was a really great experience for me. And then finally, one of the clubs and orgs that I'm most involved in would be accounting societies. So through that, not only was I able to secure an internship for the summer, but I gained a lot of friends, had a lot of professional development opportunities. And yeah, I just think overall there's a lot of opportunities to network and get involved on campus, and that's really how you enrich your experiences here.
Thank you for sharing, Tiffany. Next, we will have Angela.
Yeah, so I was able to get involved on campus. So I have danced folklorico, so like a Mexican folk dance, practically my whole life. And when I was transitioning into Fullerton, I didn't know that they had a dance group. And then when I saw that they did, I was like, oh my God, like this is perfect. So I ended up joining. So it's Ballet Folklorico, the CSUF. It's a really cool club. It's super fun. We have practices, big performances, events, fundraisers, socials. So it's really fun to be involved in that. I'm the event coordinator for this dance group. So for my first year, I was just a member, and then now with my second year, I was able to have a position on their executive board. And as an event coordinator, I plan their socials, their fundraisers, performances, events, and things like that. We have big performances that we put on just with the dances we've learned throughout the semester, and fundraisers too. Like we have like food sales, that kind of thing. So it's a lot of fun. That kind of really motivated me to want to be more involved on campus. So that's why I was able to be a Titan ambassador. And I always say I just kind of happened. I saw the flyer one day and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna apply. Ended up getting the job, so it's a lot of fun being a tour guide. I love talking to new students, faces, and all that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to it's a lot of fun to be a part of this team as well.
Thank you for sharing, Angela. Next, we'll have Amy.
So for me, one of a big involvement that I've had since my freshman year is I've been a part of a Japanese culture club called NSU, or Nikkei Student Union. And so this past year, I was also on board for this organization. And I was actually in charge of planning a culture night show. So on campus, we have a variety of different culture organizations. And so for my specific club, we host a show in the spring semester. It's like a whole production. I wrote a play. We have a dance team, a traditional Japanese drumming team, backstage, all of that. And so what was really great is through this experience, it allowed me to learn how to like organize a show, work well with my whole club members, because it's one of those things where you get really close to the people in your org when you're working towards making this huge production. And what's great is not only does my club do it, there's a bunch of other ethnic clubs that also do it, which is really great because you can actually go to the shows too and help support. So besides NSU, I also have involvements with student life and leadership because I am a peer facilitator. And as a peer facilitator, I actually help with leadership workshops. So this past year, I actually led my very own workshop, which was about goal setting. And then I also help like mentor students, run icebreakers. So it's really great to just get involved because it was one of those experiences where I could also see how I was helping other students, which was really awesome. And also through SLL, I was a community service director. So I helped with the Titan Kids program where I would go and volunteer on Thursdays and basically just play with kids, like do jump rope, paint, use crayons, all that good stuff that sometimes we don't do as we get older. So that was definitely another good experience. And so that's just a little bit of what I've done while at CSUF.
Thank you for sharing, Amy.
All right, so now we're going to discuss, how have you made the most of your Titan experience? And so we'll get started with Bree.
So around campus, I'm always keeping my eyes open. I'm always seeing like there's always tabling going on. There's always students. Basically, just we have what's called a Titan Walk, where there's students either like on campus resources or clubs just saying, hey, come like see what we're doing. I've always just been welcomed, been going up to a student saying, hey, like what are you a part of? Like what do you do? And that's brought me a huge impact on getting involved. I've met so many amazing people, so many people to help me in like what I want to do. So just by me literally keeping my eyes open on campus and just saying hi to people or just seeing what's up, what are you doing? Because I want to do that too. So that has really impacted my Titan experience.
Thank you, Bree. Next we'll have Angela.
One big factor that helped me kind of make the most of being a Titan on campus was, so we have an event every semester it's called Discover Fest. So our clubs come out and they table, they kind of like, oh, like come join our club, come to our meeting, see what we're about. So that happens every semester. We have like over 200, 300 clubs on campus alone. So that's like a lot of clubs to like kind of like get to know a little bit about. So that those events, my first semester, that's what kind of motivated me to want to be involved. I saw so many people really just interested in there's certain things, so that was kind of like, wait, like I can find something that I enjoy and like want to be on campus more. So whenever Discover Fest did come around, I found myself walking around, like after my classes, I would just walk around campus, look at flyers, see what was up, see what was going on, see if there was anything I was interested in. So that's what really motivated me to want to be involved, just seeing like kind of a community aspect to it, that people just want like come together and have those sort of events, which is really cool, and I really enjoyed that. As well as visiting, spending a lot of time at our student recreation center, our student gym. That's a lot of fun for me personally because I take a lot of our drop-in fitness classes. So those are our gym classes that are 50 minutes. They're free for students. I personally tried Zumba, bar, yoga. Those are a lot of fun. They're only 50 minutes, so it doesn't spend like a lot of time in my day, which I really enjoy since I'm busy with like school, work, and then also like my dance clubs. So being able to have like those classes at the gym is really cool because I like to work out as well. So it's just having that, having a little bit of time to do that as well. So it's been a lot of fun to just like find little things and here and there to get involved in as well.
Thank you. Alora.
Yes. Okay. So how have I made the most of my Titan experience? I think my freshman year, so I just was open to any and everything. Like people would tell me that how crazy I was for getting an internship my freshman year, because I was just like, why not? You know, so I just put myself out there, being open and willing to new things. Also being open and willing to new things, like that included me applying for this job and becoming a Titan ambassador. And through this like experience, I've been able to do so much. So I've been able to like go on the road and go to different college fairs and college expos, and table for Cal State Fullerton, and talk to incoming students and just tell them about my experience on campus. Through this job, I've been able to like kind of figure out like what my purpose is and just kind of figure out like, hey, okay, I do have a love for making people like feel welcome and making people feel good about themselves. So I think because by getting involved and being open, like that has made like my Titan experience a whole lot better. So if you don't get involved, you wouldn't like your college experience wouldn't be as like enjoyable. So you want to make sure that you get involved and you're open and willing to do and try different things. Yeah.
Thank you, Alora. Yasmin.
Hi. So I've gotten the most out of my Titan experience really just by taking advantage of different opportunities that were presented to me. So anytime something popped up, I would kind of just apply for it and see how that went. That's how I got involved. I was a Titan ambassador previously, so that's how I got involved with that position. I saw a flyer, and so I just applied. Same thing kind of with, I'm also a McNair Scholar. I was a peer mentor for my College of Health and Human Development as well. And so both of those things were really just hearing about opportunities and kind of just taking that chance and going for it and trying it out. And I was very fortunate in that those opportunities ended up being really fruitful. Yeah, it was really just kind of jumping in and going for it.
Thank you, Yasmin. All right, so now we're going to discuss last tips, helpful hints.
I could go first. I'm gonna go first.
Okay, go ahead,
Okay.
Laura.
So my tips would be just be willing, like I said earlier, just be willing and open to trying new things, because like I said, if you don't get involved and you don't like be open and willing, like your college experience would, honestly, it would suck. So you want to make sure that you are getting involved and being willing to meet new people and network and try new things. So that would be my advice. Get involved. As soon as you get here, just be like, okay, where can I put my hands on? So get involved. That's my advice. That's like the biggest advice I would give you. Yeah. Bree, you want to go?
Yes. I wanted to talk just how Alora said, what I basically say every day to myself when I'm on campus is you only do college once. Well, at least for me, I feel like I'm going to do college once. So just be open-minded. Might as well go for it. This is your chance. The opportunities that we have, especially at Cal State Fullerton, especially with me, like we're super surrounded by, we're super close to like LA and just like these big industries. And I'm just like, I need to get this going now. So you only do college once. And if you don't ask, you won't know. So those are my 2 tips. If you don't ask, you won't know. And you only do college once.
Thank you, Bree. Amy.
So for me, kind of coupling off of Bree and Alora, I think one of my tips about like really getting involved is take the time to find your people. Because I think the thing that makes college great is when you find your community and you find the people that you connect to. Because I know sometimes it's kind of hard to like think about, oh, I need to get involved in all these things. But I think really you should focus it on finding people you enjoy being with. Because as Bree mentioned, college is short, so you want to spend it with people you like spending it with. So look at clubs, maybe look at different organizations, look at fraternity and sorority life, or just kind of just walk around too, and just try to find people that you really enjoy being around. And also another, I guess, like tip for all of you too, is I would say just walk around campus. Because I think sometimes what happens when we have our school schedule is you go to the same buildings, you have the same schedule. And I realized my first year, I was on the south side of the campus the whole time, and I didn't even know what was on the north side because I never had classes. So I'd also really recommend when you come on campus, just walk around because buildings are open. No one's going to tell you like you can't be in this building if you're not this major. It's fine. We're an open campus. Walk around, look at our kinesiology building if you're a business major, or maybe going into like McCarthy, even if you're not in like STEM or like the sciences. So I really recommend doing that because you'll also find really awesome places for you to like study, hang out, maybe find a vending machine if you need it, because those are sometimes important. So I'd also recommend just getting out there and just trying to see what is really around campus.
Thank you, Amy. Nathan.
So going off a little bit what everybody's mentioning, my piece of advice is, I guess, 2 things or one big gift. It is college is what you make of it. So take advantage of all the opportunities that you see. Like my story is like I became an orientation leader with George. The way I did that was I literally saw a flyer in the library and I was like, I'm gonna apply it. And look where I am now. I'm a Titan ambassador. I got involved. So definitely I would say that get involved, be open to new opportunities, and meeting new people. I personally have gotten really close to people I've met on campus, and as well as I will say I am a commuter student. So I also say don't fall for commuter syndrome, which is just going to class and then going home. Like stay on campus, go see a theater production, go to the SRC, go to a basketball game, go to a food truck, go to one club meeting and see if you like it, but don't just go to class and go home. Make the best of your college experience. As Bree mentioned, you only do college once, so definitely get involved and go take advantage of all the opportunities that we have here on campus.
Thank you, Nathan. Tiffany.
Yeah, I think this is, everyone's kind of been saying a similar message, but Fullerton has tons of resources. Like even as a Titan ambassador, I don't know all the resources. And I think sometimes for students who do have that commuter syndrome, or not even just commuter, you know, there's students who live on campus who might have this feeling too, where they get into a routine and they like that routine. So they just keep on doing that routine. So they never really go beyond what they're comfortable with. I'd say as you continue your time at Cal State Fullerton, you know, your second semester or even further on, make an effort to walk around, go to every single Discover Fest if you can, join a new club or like try to join a new club, just because tying into whole like college is what you make of it. I think it's really easy to get in a routine too. So even when you do have that, you know, that close friend group or you have that go-to study spot, like there's nothing wrong with, oh, you know, that tent, I've never seen that before. Let me go talk to them. So really just making an effort. For me, I make an effort to like try to break routine, because if I don't, then I happen to get into it. And that's really helped me just learn more about resources, learn more about different types of people on campus, and really just make the most out of everything that Fullerton has to offer.
Thank you. Ashley.
Okay. So my helpful tip or my helpful advice would be that it's okay to take your time and it's okay to go at your own pace as well. I feel like, especially when it comes to college, I personally came in very, not narrow-minded, but very, I wanted to graduate in 4 years and I had a plan and I knew what I was doing. But I also kind of took the time to work at the campus, get familiar with it, become an orientation leader here at the university. I took routes that I didn't think I was actually going to take. And sometimes it felt like I had a lot, but I was like, you know what, it's okay. My pathway is valid, and ultimately your pathway is valid no matter what it is. Even if other people are looking at you like you're crazy because you took an internship your freshman year or something like that, it's your pathway and that's what's ultimately valid. So just taking the time to be like, it's okay, this is my path, this is my journey through college. So remembering that it's okay, you got this.
Thank you. Angela.
Yeah, so I would say one of my main things is, so personally, I like to, if I have a lot of things going on, like I live by my planner. So I would say that that's one of my major things, is I really like having, like anywhere, if you're gonna maybe like start school anywhere really, I highly suggest a planner. That's personally helped me a lot. I know my first semester I didn't use my planner. I had one, I never used it. But that way I was able to organize like my schedule, what days I have homework, what days I have to do like my job, what days I have to do my my club stuff. So a lot of times it's just being able to be organized. I know that's what's really helped me out. Just having that set schedule, and it's like so satisfying when you have a list of things to do and you check it off. So yeah, it's one of like my favorite things. Like one of my helpful things I like to do just to make sure I'm staying organized for whatever I have coming up. And also just I think what helped me out as well a lot was I just wasn't afraid to ask for help. If there was something on my portal, an email I got, anything, like I would just be like, let me see like where I can go talk to someone like for financial aid, maybe just being like, oh, hey, like I don't really understand this. They like helped me out. So I think a big thing is just being able to ask for help, and anyone on campus I know will just be willing to help students or help direct you, be like, hey, like just this is where you need to go, or these are the people to talk to. So I would say just not being afraid to ask people or any time like that.
Thank you, Angela. Larissa.
All right. To go along with Angela, same thing. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Also, don't be scared to talk to your professors. They do seem really scary when you first meet them. Some of them are actually really cool when you first meet them. But never be scared to go up to them and ask them for help if you're having a hard time in their class, because you never really know. You're probably not the only one having a hard time in their class, but just letting them know that they can slow their notes down, or they can go a little faster, or that you need more time for certain subjects. I'm sure they would not mind helping you. Every professor has office hours that you can go to, which is a time where they're open to answer any questions, so don't be scared to do that. Also, same thing is kind of like enjoy your college experience, because I know for me, I didn't so much enjoy my first year at Cal State Fullerton. This was my first choice, but I'm not originally from here. I'm from Northern California, so coming down here was kind of weird for me. So like they were saying, find your community. It took me a while to find mine, but I think I'm cool now. I'm about to graduate next year, so I think I'm cool now. I'm still here, so obviously I didn't leave. But yeah, so take that time. Don't immediately your first year when you're like, I'm ready to commute somewhere else. I'm ready to go back. Like, don't immediately think that that's the only option. Keep trying. You'll find it eventually. It'll happen. So, yeah.
Thank you, Larissa. George.
Yeah, so as everyone has been talking about, yeah, please get involved, network with people. You get to meet tons of people. It's very nice to have a community, find your community. And following off the last professors notice, they take note of that, like, hey, like the student came in to say hi and talk about the class, to get help regarding the class. Maybe in the future, if you continue going to someone's office hours and you get to know them, they could write you a letter of recommendation later in the future. And that will be very helpful to know that you already, established sort of a network within, staff, within professors. So
Thank you, George. Yasmin.
Hi. Yeah, so I would say I have a few helpful tips. One, there's always free food on campus, so keep an eye out. Two, we have a lot of different resources that help students in ways that aren't strictly academic. So we do also have like a Tuffy's Basic Needs program. So if you're having any difficulty, paying for basic needs and necessities, definitely check those programs out. My third tip is that the third floor of a library is a great place to study, and it's also a really great place to take a nap. So if you have a long day and you're feeling kind of tired, definitely feel free to do that. And then I think my final tip would just be to remember to breathe. It can feel very overwhelming starting at a new campus, starting a new program, getting adjusted to a new environment, but you're gonna be okay. You can get through it. And I would definitely just make sure that you take the time to kind of check in with yourself, see where you're at, what you need, and really reach out to others if you're finding that you need assistance, either academically, personally, professionally. We have a lot of resources, so definitely take advantage of them.
Thank you, Yasmin. So our students have shared a lot of good, helpful tips with you, from networking to free food on campus to the different other resources we have. So if you have questions, please continue to put your questions in the Q&A, and our ambassadors and professional staff members will also answer those questions for you. But right now we're going to open it up. So Eloisa, what have you seen in the Q&A?
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
So some of the questions that we've been getting is about first year resources. So I don't know if one of you all want to answer some of the first year resources that students can obtain.
First year resources students can obtain?
Yeah, I think it was like for first generation college students.
Okay. George, do you want to speak to that?
So actually, this year, it was the first time this program has started. It's called I Am First Gen. It's a program that takes place usually at the end of every Friday. They've helped me out with coming up with a better resume. They have practiced interview skills with me as well. They also take part with the career center, so they intertwine with each other. So being first gen is something I'm very proud of. So if you're first gen, be proud of it. Sometimes feel like, oh wow, it's at a disadvantage, but no, it's really not. Take advantage of your disadvantages, and I say that because that's what I did throughout my senior year of high school and transitioning to the university, writing about myself and stuff and applying to different scholarships within my community. And I accumulated a good amount of scholarships to help pay for books and supplies. But yeah, if you are interested in that, I Am First Gen program, which just started this year and will continue on to next year, you could talk to the Career Center.
Thank you.
The other question we had was responsibilities of the Titan ambassadors, and can a freshman become a Titan ambassador?
That's a great question. Thank you for inquiring about that. So the qualifications to become a Titan ambassador, we usually start the hiring process in the spring semester for the following year. So as an incoming freshman, we would fly the position or open the position in the spring of your freshman year. So when you would start, if you were to get hired on, you would start at the beginning of your second year of attendance at Cal State Fullerton. That gives you an opportunity to become acclimated to the campus and become more familiar with the resources that we have on campus, and to kind of navigate the campus a little bit better, because once you become an ambassador, the training that you go through, you kind of become an SME or a subject matter expert on all things Cal State Fullerton. So that's kind of fun. So keep an eye out. We usually post via social media, or we'll put posters on A-frames, or we'll use the digital signage on campus, and that position usually opens in the spring semester. Thank you for asking about that.
Perfect. The other common, very popular question is about orientation. So I know orientation is a very hot topic right now. And Laura, you can answer this, but my two little cents are going to be that tomorrow we're going to have a webinar about orientation. So please go to fullerton.edu/welcome day. We're going to have a full sessions of academic programs, as well as first year experiences, financial aid in Spanish and in English, and then also orientation. So please, I encourage you all to attend this session, because right now, orientation, you know, there's a lot of questions that might be answered during that presentation. So we will try our best to answer as much as we can, but we understand that, you know, we want to give you the best service that we can.
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up, Eloisa. The orientation webinar, I believe, starts at 11 a.m. and there's only one session tomorrow. So I would probably register for that webinar today. And as Eloisa mentioned, you can find it on our Welcome to CSUF Day website. Orientation is mandatory for all incoming students. It will be in an online format this year as a result of the current health pandemic we are facing. In an effort to keep everyone safe and healthy, we've moved the orientation to a virtual situation this year. As part of orientation, you will also have an opportunity to complete advising with your academic college. So for instance, if you're a biology major, you belong to the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, or if you're an engineering major, you would belong to the College of Engineering and Social Science, of Engineering and Computer Science. Sorry about that. So make sure that you're checking your portal as well for additional information. And if you have questions about orientation, you can, as I mentioned, attend the webinar tomorrow, or you can always email them at orientation. Their email address is orientation@fullerton.edu, and they have staff available to respond to your questions regularly. So make sure that you're reaching out to them in that manner as well.
Perfect. And just also to add to that, Laura, the correct website for orientation is fullerton.edu/orientation. So as you might know, orientation was part of our department of oral, but they're no longer part of our department. So to get the most accurate information, please go to fullerton.edu/orientation. We did have another question about the honors program. So I don't know if Amy or Tiffany might be able to answer how there's been their experience at the honors program, and also how they were able to be part of the honors program as well.
I guess, so there's a few of us. It's like, okay, so it's me, Amy, and then Ashley, actually. So all three of us, we're in the honors program. I've already mentioned a lot of my experiences. So just in general, reiterating that is that I applied as an incoming freshman through the scholarship section of the student portal, and we had an interview process. So I started my freshman year into that program, which allowed me to, again, have really small class sizes and have that unique experience of just coming to class every day and getting to know all your classmates really well. We practically grew up with each other in that sense. But I also want to pass it on to Amy and Ashley to share more about their experiences too with it.
So I guess I can go next. So for my experiences, because I'm similar to Tiffany, so I'm enrolled in the Business Honors Program, and I'm also dually enrolled in the University Honors Program. And so my experience has been awesome because I really enjoy the small class sizes, because that way I get more one-on-one time with the professor. They know your names and all that, which really helps. You can get recommendations. We also get access to certain centers on campus. So there's a University Honor Center, which Ashley mentioned, where you can go, you can print, hang out, there's a fridge. And for the business honors, we also have a little center in Mahalo, which is our business building. And I guess one thing I would like to mention about both of these programs is the best thing about them is even if you come in as a freshman, not enrolled in the program, your second year you can still apply. So for both business honors and university honors, you can apply even though you weren't involved your first year, which is really awesome. So that way you can get involved too, even if you didn't do it your first year. But overall, I definitely recommend. And if you want more information, definitely just look up, just search in Google Business Honors Program CSUF or University Honors Program, and you'll get information on their website.
Thank you, Amy. Ashley, did you want to add a few tidbits?
Yeah, just a little bit. So Tiffany and Amy both mentioned that they're part of the business honors and university honors, but there's a tiny little distinction, one being that it's obviously for the business major. Since I'm an English major, I'm just a part of the university honors section of honors. So we do get separate classes for certain like GEs. The class sizes tend to be smaller. We do get priority registration, a whole center. The whole kind of caveat to being into the university honors, just that section, is that you do have a culmination of like a senior honors project where you get to research whatever you want. So I'm currently doing some research on education, which is really interesting right now. So that is kind of the whole, just being in the honors center, besides having all those accommodations and everything, is being able to do your own research as an undergrad, which is a really cool little feature of being in the university honors program. So yeah, but for me, they did reach out to me my senior year of high school. I'm not sure if that's changed a little bit. And then I further applied for it. But I do know as a transfer student and as a freshman going into their second year, you can also apply as well. But yeah.
Thank you. Thank you to all three of you. Eloisa, were there any more hot questions?
I think the other hot question was about the May 1st deadline in the enrollment deposit, that it's mandatory still. So just to, bring it back together. So May 1st is our deadline to accept your offer or decline your offer. That deadline still stands. So you have to accept your offer before May 1st, and you also have to pay your enrollment deposit before May 1st. It's a $250 not reimbursable deposit that actually goes towards your tuition. So if you have any questions, you can definitely reach our department and we can definitely help you out. And then also check out the website that we talked about earlier, fullerton.edu/welcome day. You're gonna be able to see the webinar we did about how to accept your offer. If you have any questions about how to accept your offer, and then also if you have any questions about if you qualify for the waiver for the enrollment deposit, you can also reach out to us, or you can also just go to your portal. And once you accept your offer, you should be able to see if you got waived or not. But definitely we're here as a resource. And I think that's pretty much it, Laura, in terms of most common questions. There's a lot of shout outs for our students, right? That like the attendees were really connecting to that. So congrats to all our Titan ambassadors, and thank you for all your help.
Hey, thank you so much for helping us with the Q&A, Eloisa. Much appreciation going out to you for that. I also do want to let you all know that when we are able to join back on campus, our Campus Tours and Visit Information Center is located in Gordon Hall 178. We're easy to find. We're actually located right behind the Carl's Jr. on campus and right next to the financial aid office. If you ever have any questions while you're on campus, please feel free to stop by our office. You'll probably see some of the ambassadors who were on the webinar today, staffing the front desk. And we're happy to answer any questions that you have. And if we don't know the answer, we will find the answer for you. So please know that we are always a resource for you in that regard as well. If we have any transfer students who have joined us today, I also want to point out we do have a transfer center located on campus. It's in our Titan Hall building, which is going to be across the street on the west side of campus, just across the street on State College. It's on the second floor. That's also part of our department. And our transfer center is staffed with transfer students that are there to help you and answer any questions that you might have about their experiences and what they've experienced as a transfer student at Cal State Fullerton. So I'd like to remind all of you that we do have our virtual Welcome to Cal State Fullerton Day happening tomorrow. Webinar start at 10 a.m. So hopefully you all will be able to join us for those webinars. And once again, here is the QR code for our virtual tour. We would love to host you on campus, but as we mentioned, due to the current situation, we do have a virtual option that would allow you to navigate campus on your own time. Have your parents or a mentor join you and take a look. If you have questions about anything that you're seeing on the virtual tour, you can email our office at csuffor@fullerton.edu. That's csuffor@fullerton.edu. That email is checked regularly and we will respond to you in a timely manner should you have questions about what you're seeing in our virtual tour. So Yasmin, did you have any closing remarks you wanted to share?
I just wanted to share about Welcome to CSUF Day tomorrow. So there is no general registration. We do have several different webinars. So if you're wondering how to register, you would just go onto our website and then you would select whichever webinars are most pertinent to your personal interests. And some of them have registrations required, some of them don't. So it's definitely something to check out yourself. Additionally, for specific questions about orientation or financial aid in particular, we really highly recommend reaching out to those departments directly. You'll see that we have their information listed. They'll be best able to assist you with specific questions or specific cases that you may have. But other than that, I just want to thank everyone for joining us. We know that it is a very strange time with pandemic and COVID-19 and everything. So we're really glad that we were able to connect with you today, assist you, and answer some of your questions.
Thank you, Yasmin. And I also wanted to congratulate all of our seniors graduating from high school. I know this, as Yasmin mentioned, this is a very odd time for us, but your accomplishments have not gone unnoticed. And so I'd like to give you a round of applause and congratulate you on your accomplishments of completing high school and being accepted into a four-year institution. We look forward to having you on campus, and we look forward to seeing you. Once again, when we are all able to congregate back on campus, please stop by Gordon Hall 178 and say hi and ask us any questions that you might have, because we're definitely there to help you out. So thank you all again for sharing an hour of your day with us. We really appreciate it. And we hope that we were able to make this transition a little bit easier for you. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye.